term alternative fashion, what do you usually think of? Well, you might not expect cute and colourful fashion. Being alternative is almost always a rejection of beauty standards and adhering to societal expectations. There should be, and has never really been, a hard guideline on what alternative should look like. Sure, certain styles may actually have common theming or certain rules to fit within that style, but the term alternative is simply an umbrella term that incorporates a bunch of socially and politically left beliefs, as well as a massive roster of different alternative subcultures and styles. Speaking of which, with this whole naturally alternative trend, it made me start thinking of why we only tend to see darker, more edgy styles as being alternative. Now, most people tend to think of subcultures and styles like emo, punk, goth, or scene when it comes to alternative. However, it's really important to recognize that not all alternative subcultures are soaked in this Gotham-esque angst. Some of the most socially and politically vocal people I know don't defy social norms through dark, edgy clothing. In fact, they actually challenge people's expectations through the exact opposite, by being colourful and preppy and fun. I talk about J fashion on my page a lot for good reason. As I've said before, and I'll say again, alternative fashion and subcultures usually emerge during times of political and social unease. However, Japan has had a very unique consistency of challenging gender norms, social perception, and social struggles through more kawaii fashion. Lolita, also known as EGL to avoid confusion with Nabokov's book, came into being off the back of otome fashion in the 1970s through brands like Milk and Angelic Pretty. Lolita challenged the pressures of Japanese womanhood by focusing on the whimsy and fun of hyper-feminine clothing. Taking great inspiration from French Rococo and Victorian fashion, it was a style that de-centered men's ideas of what looked good on a woman or what a woman should look like, and instead put that focus solely back onto what women wanted to look like for themselves. Ornate dresses with cute cupcake silhouettes, and even creating community activities like going to get afternoon tea together or going shopping together. It's really easy to assume when looking at Lolita that it doesn't fit under this alternative fashion umbrella, but in reality it's just as counterculture and rebellious as its darker siblings. Even the ecosystem within the community is self-preserving, with those interested in the fashion often supporting indie and popular brands that only exist because of the support of the Lolita community, as well as buying from independent artists. The same can be said for styles like Decora, another very loud and often colourful fashion that is very unique to the individual wearer, stacking on layers of colours and accessories and clothing that make the wearer feel good. And you may say, well, how is that alternative? Well, simply put, Decora has no beauty standards or rules. You can base your outfit around a certain character, such as Oshi Decora, or you can even just go off a basic colour or theme. And many people who wear the style quite literally just create their outfits based on how they feel good that day. Choosing how you want to look based on nothing but what makes you happy is arguably super fucking alternative.